Hey, good morning, friends. It's Joe. Welcome to my scripture reflection for Friday, September the 26th. Hope all is well with you on this Friday morning. Beautiful day here in the Northeast. We continue with some nice fall weather. A little humid the past couple of days, but always look towards the positive part. It's nice enough days to enjoy. I'd like to offer a prayer this morning, a little more detailed than usual. My mother had surgery on Wednesday. She had to have her gallbladder removed. She's 87 and everything went well. Well enough, actually, especially for an 87-year-old woman. So things are more positive than anything. However, you think about this, and there's so many people every day as I was waiting in the waiting room of the hospital, so many people having surgical procedures and so many people to pray for, not only for them, but the surgeons whose hands have to be very precise, and also the many, many good people who care for these patients in hospitals. So today I'd ask you to pray for my mother, but all the others who undergo surgery, especially the aged and all that take care of them. Thank you. So now I will ask you, as I normally do, to quiet your minds and hearts as we prepare to hear today's gospel, which is from St. Luke, chapter 9, verses 18 to 22. Once, when Jesus was praying in solitude and the disciples were with him, he asked them, "Who do the crowd say that I am?" They said in reply, "John the Baptist, others Elijah, still others one of the ancient prophets has arisen." Then he said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter said to him in reply, "The Christ of God." He rebuked them and directed them not to tell this to anyone. He said, "The Son of Man must suffer greatly and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised." You probably remember when you were in school, the teacher asked you a question and told you emphatically to wait for the entire question before you raised your hand. I probably didn't listen to this. I got scolded a few times, and maybe you did too. In this case, today, the teacher, being Jesus, asks the question, and he does ask us to not only wait till he's finished, but to think about it a little bit. And as always, he gives us more to think about than we can ever imagine. What does he say in his answer? And I have to believe that his answer would have been emphatically worded and strongly worded at the very end. The Son of Man must be denied, killed, crucified. I think he might have said that. But the end is what was really emphatic in my mind, and raised on the last day. So Jesus tells us that he was not defined as much by what happened to him, but what he did with it. What he did with it. And how true this is, isn't it, my friends? We too are going to be defined not by the challenges placed before us, but what we do with them. Shelby, my beautiful baby girl, pit bull, I loved her. My soul dog was abused, abandoned, more than likely used as a bait dog, treated terribly, just like Jesus said. But then emphatically we can say, but then she became a therapy dog. Daniel the Beagle, discarded, homeless, placed in a gas chamber, gas turned on for 30 minutes, somehow survives. But then he became an advocate to save hundreds of thousands of animals and help people too. And we know so many, I know some personally very well, people who have overcome alcohol and drugs. And then they become advocates who help so many other people. What about you and I? I'm sure we could start out, and I know I can, with the challenges. But how are we going to emphatically finish that sentence like Jesus did, like others have done in giving us a model similar to Jesus? And that is how we can be and will be defined. The time is always before us. And yes, there seems to be a connection between the challenges thrown at us and how we can respond with that very strong voice. And what is the essence of that? It not only brings us from the depths of those challenges, but helps others as well. So today, listen to the full question by Jesus and answer it as he did. Answer it emphatically, boldly, and then act on it. Well, my friends, that's my message for you on this Friday. As always, I hope it was helpful and you could take it into your day. I always welcome and appreciate your comments and your thoughts, and I always appreciate your presence here with me. I want to wish you and your loved ones a very beautiful Friday, and I hope to see you back here on Sunday with another scripture reflection. Take good care.